Shasha on time.
Yeah, she was right on time. Just popped in right on time.
My friend said she don't want to be on camera. She one of them people. She probably got body somewhere, but that's
That means a lot that someone's still checking in to make sure that something I do have passion about, that they're tugging me along as well. So I appreciate that.
Now, this is a whole entrepreneur community right here.
Quick, everybody else done turn their camera on.
Let's see your pretty face.
it is absolutely beautiful.
The first time I tongue kissed a boy was in the staircase of our building complex. I kept throwing silent farts. The powerful rotten egg smell filled the area where we were kissing. He must have moved me around maybe 3 or 4 times to escape the funk. Each time he did, I slid one out when he started to kiss me. I couldn't help it. All I kept thinking about is if my dad saw me right now, he would whoop my ass.
It's called Don't Believe the Hype, Fighting Cultural Misinformation About African Americans by Farai Shadaya. And this is from chapter 4. So it said, it's called the myth of the welfare queen. Just as black men are stereotyped as criminals, black women in America media are typecast as welfare mothers. American newspapers are filled with images of slow-and ne'er-do-well women and their multitudes of children. Families are nearly always African American. Yet the image is startling at odds with the majority of families receiving aid to families with dependent children, AFDC, or welfare. Although the welfare crisis is very real, it is not like the social and financial Armageddon described by its critics.
Right. I also thought he's probably thinking this and that. He's probably gonna dump me. He's probably gonna tell all his friends what happened. At any moment, he'll get sick of it and run. Instead, he was very supportive. He kept fixing things by moving me around, and he stayed in the relationship. When I got older, I told a friend this story. She told me to never post it in social media. Well, I'm not hiding that teenager anymore. I want her to be the one to walk in the sun, all of her. Those embarrassing moments, her childhood trauma, her teenage to late 30s micro-depression, all of it. She worked hard to heal from all of it. People look at her now and think nothing must have ever happened to her. I'm proud of her. Parentheses, me. As adults, we talked over vegan food, her favorite vegan restaurant in the West Village, New York. I titled her my favorite Congolese. She looked at me, so I'm talking about my friend. She looked at me straight in the eye and said, as women get older, they work more on themselves emotionally. As men get older, they get stuck in an emotional stage and don't grow. Think of it as they all come with issue. It's a matter of figuring out what issue you want to deal with. Since she's married to her perfect mate, I believed her. 2 adult men, what are you thinking? Asking for a friend.
In fact, most forced to rely for a time on welfare work or living most of the time, and the AFC program is less than 1% of the entire federal budget.
Okay.
The stereotype of the welfare queen has a clear racial component, although nearly all the women featured in stories on welfare are blacks, and non-Hispanic whites, continue at a virtually equal number of women receiving assistance.
Have faith or pandemonium's liable to jump up on the scene to illustrate this work of art. Jonah in the well, Noah in the ark. What did they do? Just when everything looked so dry. Once again, you gotta accentuate the positive.
You saying that blacks are like 1% on? There's only 1% of blacks on welfare.
Yeah, that's pretty much. It's pretty much talking about how the media portrays us as being the only people that's on welfare, but they be mostly white and Hispanics.
Being that it's Mother's Day, is it okay if I sing something?
Yes, that would be nice.
This is a song that that is not released yet, but it's going to be. And it's going to be slightly different when it is released. But I feel like being that it's Mother's Day, I want to give something nice and positive, and I think this would be the best way. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative, don't mess with Mr. In Between. Said you gotta spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum.
I can't remember anything my late mother said about what men think. She said the pretty ones get snatched up quickly. I got married when I was 15 years old. I didn't finish high school. And she was the most beautiful woman in the world. You see, my mother was a young mother, lover, wife, and sister friend. She wasn't love savvy, but she knew about love and kindness. That's who I learned kindness from. After all, she married my father, a man with not so great mental health and a very challenging personality to navigate. She was still patient, sensitive, and selfless. Sometimes I would catch a glimpse of her sadness and knew her mental health had been affected, perhaps since her childhood. All her sister girlfriends would say, "I don't have many friends, but your mother, she's my best friend." That's where I got my friendship skills from. She said, "You can study." Or she would say, she did say, "You can study, focus on your studies. Marriage can wait." You're not gonna hear mine?
I don't know. I'll listen. Bump that. We ain't getting out. We still in the car. Go ahead. Come on.
Okay. This is from my book, my new book. It hasn't published yet. All right. Okay, Mr. Tamika, since you're here now, you wanted to talk about, this is also like a recap of Tamika Fest. So you want to talk about Tamika Fest, Miss Tamika?
What that means is a fringe is a many shows put together over a time. I've done the largest festivals, fringes in the world. I've done Scotland's. That's the largest one. I've done Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, in Joburg and Cape Town. And I've done a few here in America, in Sarasota, Florida, and Cincinnati. But there was not one that was specifically for Black Americans, for our celebration and enlightenment and, to highlight all of who we are unapologetically.
Eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative, don't mess with Mr. In Between. Said you gotta spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum, have faith or pandemonium's liable to jump up on the scene.
A lot of times we do things that are so-called Black, it's with conditions to not upset the white folk. White folk can only be an ally, not an authority. I don't give a dang what you got to say. You ain't got nothing to do with what we do. And it was wonderful. I actually got on almost the whole outfit that I had on Monday. So, because I got to get some wear out this before I got to send it back. But it was wonderful. State of the Hood had amazing performances. I want to thank my everybody who was involved, from Miss Queen, young lady, 17 years old, did a poem about, stopping the violence. Our host was Inspire from LA, who did an amazing job. And everybody's working for our betterment. So I love State of the Hood, the welcome. Thank you to the Omenala for always allowing us to do our events there, especially my welcome, my opening ceremonies. Then on Tuesday, we had a day party, Georgia Me Perspective. You can see that on Game TV on YouTube. We've done at least 3 episodes now. We had a great show, just recapping the night and just talking about things that were relevant. That's what Georgia Me Perspective is. We went to Trap City and supported Come Get Some. They have a mic there every Tuesday. Wednesday was amazing. We went to see Sinners to support Black business. And we were going to have a film festival. We're going to have that later. And then that night was at Uptown Comedy Corner. Thank you to my comedians. It was outstanding. Great show. Thursday was just God. Queendom Come. If you missed it, I feel like
it was off the easy. Queendom Come was, to say I had a good time was an understatement. That country guy, he just crashed the party. The guy who was singing country music, Malik or something like that?
No, Malachi.
Okay. Yeah. So it was all women. They were like amazing. And then this guy just comes and he crashes the party. Everybody with his songs. I was like, man, I want to know. I want to be down.
You are down. Once you come to Tamika Fest, you are always invited. That's my brother. Malachi has done probably 15 Tamika festivals. You think? He's 14. And he's been gone living in New York, so he was back, and it was our honor to have him. He's always a showstopper, an amazing act, just a legend. And this is all of the women, like you said, were powerful, beautiful. It was. I just feel right? Like Cha performed.
Yeah, Cha you sang
as well. It's always an honor. I was telling Georgia, Miss Tamika, Joe, I finally found you. So now I'm knowing that before I was stagnant, but now I'm growing. My reality was bleak, and that was showing. But now I see the light, man. Can you see me glowing? Like a light bulb or something shining, not even jewelry. God said that I'm a diamond in the rough. Super smooth at the edges. Had to clip up saying much like you do with hedges. Learn from the best, man. You can call them legends. Biblical heroes preaching up on legends. From God's love letter written by his own finger. That's why I'm brushing haters off. Won't let the spirits linger. Rap, act, and dance. Poet, writer, and a singer. From church to streets, God's up can change a sinner. From first to least, even from the beginner. From milk to meat, God can make us all winners. You heard me? Da 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 do it. Da 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 do it. Once again, you gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. Said you gotta spread joy to the maximum. Bring gloom down to the minimum. Have faith or pandemonium's liable to jump up on the scene. Liable to jump up on the scene. Da 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 da. I was telling Georgia that for us poets, I don't know if she understands, but for most of us poets on this end, we're just happy to be down.
My host, he was like, you had some great hosts. I want to shout out my awesome hosts, Abyss, Cola, and Jamello. They were awesome. They kept it. They didn't chastise the women. I was proud of Cola. He always think he got to straighten the girl. But they were awesome. It was just love, love, love. And then Friday night was niggas night. But let me say this too. The after party, after the show is the after party. Shout out to all the after parties of Tamika Fest, the freestyle sessions, the food. Shout out to Rewop for cooking that good ass dip. It was wonderful. Okay, so niggas it was to me. I love the space.
Niggas, explain to niggas. Niggas is all the men.
All the men, all the kings, all the
kings. So
they
were showcasing the men.
Yes, and they were, as usual, amazing, and as usual, going over time. Because they gonna never think to what I say. I say I need to say 2 minutes, then they might do 5 minutes. Okay, that might get it then. But they were all.
But then they say women don't listen, right? Okay, I'm done.
Men do what they want to do, and that's just authority. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got, and there's plenty of women who claim that same type of authority, but respect the environment. We only had a couple of violators. Everybody else did their thing. They did their poem, they did their song. They were amazing. You would have to go back to my page to see all the people that perform because it's too many. It's over 20 artists every day. Saturday, we went to Bach, which is Big Oomp's Studio Kitchen, Black-owned restaurant. Atlanta history, you know what I'm saying?
So where is that? That's in West End?
That's on Fathom Road.
I apologize for cutting y'all off. Is this in Georgia where all this was taking place?
Yes.
Okay.
So you gotta come to Georgia. She drove to Georgia. She could drive to Georgia. Miss Rachel.
It's a whole week, and Georgia, you said that you're about to expand it even more days, right? But it's a whole week.
Well, next year it'll be 2. But my goal is to get it to a month. And when I say that, people just be like, what are you doing? It's so many events that go on around the world that last 2-3 months that we're just not privy to. We don't know about them. But I do. So I'm going to make that available to us and highlight us. So, you know, that's what it is. So it's in Georgia and Atlanta. Atlanta is also the backdrop. Atlanta is a destination city. So we embrace all of Atlanta. All the venues, if they not black owned, they good white folk. And then on Sunday, we had Blaze and Worship.
Sunday was nice. Sunday was praise in the beginning and then poetry.
Blaze and Worship. I was out there by myself at first and I said that. If I'm out there by myself, I do not care. I'm going to praise God. I'm going to pray over my neighborhood, pray over my people, pray over my city. And I started by myself. But just like with God, you ain't ever by yourself. 4-5 people pulled up, not my poetry people, just in the park who wanted to fellowship with me.
Yeah.
I
thought they were your people.
No, they weren't my people, but I know how to deal with people. No, I know how to deal with people. They are my people. See, I treat everybody like they my
people. I thought they knew about the festival, but they just walked in, like just
unhoused, living in the park. And the young man told me, you know, he apologized several times for the behavior of one of the men, and he told me that was his family in the street. That lady was his mom. That was his dad. The white man was his uncle. And I allowed them to stay. I made sure they got fed. He even rapped. He even spit. He even performed.
Yeah, I left him at that time.
Yeah. Thank God for how it turned out. And the people came all day long. We had such a good time. And then my friends, my poetry friends, my poetry family, they gave me a surprise. They thought they was different word. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I mean, they were so cute. It was awesome. Shout out to Dia for making the shirts and surprising me. I love you, Shasha. I love you, Rewap. I love all y'all. I love you, Bird. I love you, Dia. I love y'all for thinking of me and giving me that. And I was gone. It was my day to get turned. So I was on everything, okay? I was gone, okay? I had such a good time. And I just want to thank all the people who came out and supported all week. The couple of people who gave me a couple of dollars to do some stuff. ABC Financial, Signature Entertainment, Triple M Entertainment, Brian, the tech wizard out in California. I'm just grateful for everything. The people who gave me $10, $5, nothing was, I didn't have anything, but I got y'all, so I got everything. You know what I mean? I'll do a little something. I'll do what I did Sunday. You ready?
Yeah.
You missed the performance and you had left. Okay.
I know.
These souls of black folk ain't no joke. full of joy, resilience, the epitome of hope. Just in how we cope day to day through this maze of America, we learn how to play and master. Had no choice but to jump higher, run faster, move quick. They plaster God's image as criminal in every flick. In every aspect of media are lies what they feeding you. But I'm here to teach you, bruh. We the truth. Equipped to overcome. We them ones. You a winner at the gate. Shout it, run. It's how you look at the war you've been put in because of your skin. Will I succumb or be a casualty of evil? Am I going to fight to the end? Am I committed to the progression of my people? Or we going to let the state killing us be a trend?
Trees bearing strange fruits, blood on the leaves, and blood at the roots, black bodies swinging in the southern breeze, strange fruits hanging from the poplar tree. Nigga, 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 nigga. You can't see me as anything else, and nigga to you equates to monster. And in every story that I've read, the monster or villain must die, so I have become your target. What is that red dot on my back? What is that red dot on my head? I'm dead before my life is even started. Hearing the familiar words of dearly departed, I'm bothered by the fact that I was not allowed to breathe.
We always win. It's part of our legacy, from plantations to presidency. Release the hesitancy and become emboldened. We sure ain't what they said we be. We black, so you know we holding. Through holding back, because the movement's never done. Vision is what we lack. Set your sights. Run, God, run. Thank you.
That was good. That was good. Oh, you just pulled up?
I'm sorry, I'm listening to your accent. Where are you from?
Oh, I was originally born in the Congo, and then I grew up in New York.
I have an open mic that I'm doing on May the 23rd, being that it's Haitian Heritage Month, and is geared towards helping families that are displaced in the Dominican Republic, because there's a lot of Haitian families. My mom lives there, she moved there, she retired, but here from America. And just gently used clothing, food, things of that nature, trying to collect, but it's a free event. And I'm gonna have some Haitian, so far I have 2 Haitian artists, a Honduras poet, and an African, because what is Haiti without Mama Africa? So we definitely have an African poet as well from the Congo.
Oh, so, okay. Oh yeah, I kind of knew that because first of all, the majority of people are white here in America, and but they live like in trailer parks, like in the rural area, so it's never filmed, it's never shown in the media. So the media, the first thing they want to do is go to a black poor neighborhood as opposed to the suburban, trailer parks and all this and that. So
exactly.
I didn't know it's like 1%.
There's a lot of stuff that's like, as far as trailer parks, even like different areas and stuff like that, they don't speak on it, but we're viewed as a different way. And not only does that affect us mentally, but emotionally as well. To feel like, hey, we're singled out, just based off our race, when there's other races included.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is always to have us looking like we're less than, so the percentages can speak the real thing. Howsoever, people don't go by that. They go by what they're told in the media. And
in this book 4, I interviewed Akim, Wise, and Don to give us some answers. Let's let the man monologue, as opposed to relying solely on our girlfriends and other women.
Get more comfortable with reading your stuff.
I know.
I like what you had to say, and that is so true. That monologue, that's some real, because men need to work out things amongst themselves, but they need to have, I feel, someone who is an ally to women. I realize a lot of men and a lot of women don't like each other, and they got all the advice on how we supposed to love. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, Queen. Tumba, you got to again, and we can talk more in depth and share more work. I would be honored.
Yes, I would be honored. I would be honored, definitely. And so also, you guys, if you want chapter 1, I could send it to you. Just text me. My phone number is right here.
This is my first experience as far as poetry, so I love poetry. I love to read it, and I used to write, but I didn't feel like everything came together. But just to hear that it can be a number of things, that I like that.
I also do workshops and stuff like that. If you used to write, you have a writer in you. It's just a matter of you getting to the confidence. When the confidence comes in, everything starts to flow.
The community I would love to be a part of, and I appreciate y'all for just welcoming me in today.
What are you talking about? You're the queen. You're the queen.
You're the queen, girl.
Yeah, let me know. I definitely moving forward. I would love, I'm a playwright, which is my main thing. Yeah, I teach musical theater, acting, singing, dance, poetry, everything stage.
Well, if you don't know about Tamika Festival, it is the world's largest urban fringe.
And we are so proud of Georgia. She got her own this is a Black woman doing it, y'all. Got her own festival, and I want to support in any way that I can. If you guys should support. This is Black excellence, y'all. Black excellence. You should be supporting. That's all. That's it. I'm done.
And I've practiced what's in the Bible. You may use something different, which is fine. But an example of something in the Bible is that is to love God with all your heart, mind, soul. Right? Very simple, simply stated. Right? All these spiritual books simply stated. And that's the number one command. The second command is to love your brothers and sisters the way you would love yourself. And now, how do you get to that from your emotional state, from where you are emotionally? The reason why we may think, maybe it's not worth it, is because we don't understand agape love. Okay, agape love is not heart to heart. Agape love is not even soul to soul. Agape love is spirit to spirit.
I do like old-fashioned women, but you have to be an old-fashioned man. I don't need a woman that's stupid. That's real stupid. I don't need a man. Sweetheart, are you slow? Like, what happens there? How does that make sense? But when the feminine movement, we know how it makes sense. They pull all the black women out the home while all the white women got husbands. They showing y'all in y'all lyrics, you know what? You don't need no man until Cardi B comes out and says, oh, you know what? You need to pay half the bills. Oh, wow. She don't cook, she don't clean. That's music. Don't ever get it twisted. That's entertainment because she cook and clean when she home.
I like it a lot. Very informative. Definitely want to learn more about love scripts. Or
more about
I like the women. about love spells.
Oh.
And, I like the woman and male's perspective. Woman and male's perspective about it, especially different generations of people you were interviewing with it too. A lot of questions. I like how you concluded as far as like the methods of love. Like you really can't even really know direct answer for it.
Yeah.
You know, like older people, as far as like, because I'm 37, I really don't understand how like I know as you get older, you know what I mean? As you get older, we just want to have somebody just to take care of you type stuff. I never thought about that. When he was talking about uh man losing erections at 50, you know,
Yeah, even younger.
a great visual to what your book is talking about and stuff like that. Love is it's more about action than the soulmate question. I don't really believe in soulmates like that because I just feel like that's just a Disney fairy tale. You know what I mean? No, it was a lie. When I came back to that movie, it made me question a lot of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It made me think, you know what I mean? And I know it's not that type of movie, but it's verbatim as an interview, you know, just a journey throughout making your book, you know what I mean? So I got that concept of it. But it made me come back and just have a lot of questions about what really love is and what the method of is how love should be. You know what I mean?
You got all these different things targeting the family structure. So it's also, family structure activism. So it's supposed to make you think as well.
I like the part where the girl said she's like a guardian.
And, she's like a man?
She's like a guardian and the water comes to her.
Oh, okay.
The man has to come to her instead of her going to the man. Is that what she said?
Yes, that is. Yes, that's what she said.
But overall, it's very informative. So,
okay.
I learned too.
You liked it?
I liked it, yes.
Good.
That's cool. I love y'all. Thank you so much. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Okay.
Have a good evening.
Love you. Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
I'll talk to you. We gonna talk. See you later, Shasha.
Okay, we're gonna talk.
All right, gorgeous. Thank you for telling me about this.
Thank you.
I was told to hold my breath. I'm vexed by this mistreatment. Pastoral scenes from the gallant south, them big bulging eyes, and the twisted mouth, scent of magnolia, clean and fresh. Then the sudden smell of burning flesh. But what's next or who's next? My children deserve a chance to live in a world that should be filled with positives, but they are viewed as negatives. They'll try to take all the breath of my relatives, and that's the hell that we live because of what they call us. They have mocked us with their words. We are mocked men, barely surviving, not thriving, but fearing the next encounter with those that should be our counterparts. But you don't view me as equal. You see me as less than in this equation. And it's not like time that you'll be facing. They'll set you on a beautiful paid vacation while trying to figure out the right wording to set you free. But as for me, you've already sentenced me to death. No life, no parole, no chance to grow old. You took my breath until I fold. You left me with nothing else to come back from. I'm numb. My only option is to leave this earth and to go into the next life because my life has ended way too soon. And while the earth still rotates on its axis, you're cutting down Black people like axes. So tell me, when do our lives matter? Are we going to treat this like a fictitious slogan just to soothe our minds for the moment? But when the moment is over, we're only met with manslaughter, where white supremacy still maintains order in a way that he sees fit while spitting are really pissing on my heritage. And you really find it hilarious, and it's because of what they call us. But believe you me, your reign will end. And the same hell that you've given us is the same hell where you'll be sent. And then you'll be the marksman, because God would have taken matters into his own hands. So here is a fruit for the crows to pluck, for the rain to gather, for the wind to suck, for the sun to rot, for the leaves to rot. Here is a strange and bitter cry. Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
That was nice. That was
It was.
That was
You had to
nice.
growl with it and everything. That was nice.